now to Senator Vitter, a member of the Banking Committee. So, sir, you questioned Ms. Yellen on whether she would support stricter regulations for those big mega banks. And I know you were previously undecided about whether or not to support her. So did any of that get cleared up today?
Well, I was a lean no, and I'm going to vote no. Unfortunately, none of her answers were very reassuring to me, including about my biggest concern, which is the continuation of too big to fail. I think, unfortunately, too big to fail is alive and well. There have been multiple reports that confirm that even try to measure the advantage in the market mega banks have. And there was a new GAO report that came out today in response to my request, as well as Sherrod Brown's, that confirmed it in a different way. So that's my single biggest concern.
It's interesting, Senator, because you're basing this purely on your issues with the financial institutions. You believe, as you just said, that the standards being imposed don't go far enough. But will any Fed chief actually do what you want, what you would like to see them do?
Well, I don't know. I do have other concerns, Ashley, including the free money policy, quantitative easing. And like a lot of conservatives, I didn't like what I heard today, which is basically no end in sight. It's a great run for Wall Street. I think it's a raw deal with a lot of dangers for Main Street.
She did, though, demonstrate a willingness to tighten if the tightening was appropriate. And again, we come back to all these economic measures and who the heck knows what we're using these days to make these decisions. But I think just to take Ashley's point a step further, this Fed chair is in a really tough spot no matter who it is. I mean, this stuff's going to have to go on for a little bit longer regardless, right?
Well, I think we need to start winding down now. I think we're at a point of diminishing returns and dramatically growing risks in terms of free money, and a lot of conservatives share my concern. Now, it's a tough job, no matter who has it, and I will grant you that, but I'm very concerned about just the free money policy with essentially no clear end in sight.
Well, what's it going to take then, Senator, to give this economy the boost it needs? Because clearly it's taking a long time for the unemployment rate to come down and for small businesses to feel confident enough to actually go ahead and hire. How much of that responsibility should you in Congress also take on board?
Oh, I think it's all about elected folks in Washington. I think what's keeping our economy down is not the fundamentals of the economy. It's attacks and threats and uncertainty regarding job creation out of Washington, regulatory issues like Obamacare, tax issues and the like. So I think it's all on elected Washington. I certainly agree with that.
Senator, you mentioned Obamacare. Can I ask you to comment on the president's flip-flop today on can you keep your plan, can you not keep your plan? It kind of makes your head spin.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think it's a whole lot more politics than substance. First of all, it's not clear he has the authority to do this under the law. Secondly, he's largely punting to insurance companies and state commissioners, and I think that's to point at somebody else down the line when these core problems with Obamacare continue. And third, at best, this seems to be a reprieve for a year, not any permanent fix.
Yeah, still all unanswered. Senator David Vitter, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us.
Thanks very much.